powerful, rare, and built to turn heads. Today, we're diving deep into 10 of the most incredible, jaw-dropping firearms ever built. These aren't your range toys. These are engineering statements, historical oddities, and museum stars. Stick around, you'll want to hear number 7. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a rare find like this. 1. Tree Bee Chain Gun. The Tree Bee Chain Gun is a mechanical wonder and a museum-grade oddity. It's important because it tried to fuse the deliberate power of percussion rifles with the idea of continuous fire. That was radical for 1854. Multiple percussion chambers rotate in sequence. Each chamber lines up, fires, then indexes away. Imagine a clockwork heart beating powder and lead. The main features are the rotor-style action and the multi-chamber design. It aimed to deliver near-repeat shots without modern cartridges. The look is almost sci-fi for its century. It's heavy, really heavy. Balance is forward-biased. Handling is awkward unless it's mounted or rested. Firing feels tactile. Crank, align, fire. There's mechanical drama with every shot. Performance was mixed, faster than a single-shot muzzleloader, but fouling and complexity ruined battlefield prospects. It didn't win military contracts. Only 2 are known to exist. That scarcity multiplies mystique. What makes it special is that it bridges eras, the muzzleloader past and the repeat fire future. Owning one is like owning a missing link. Price? Priceless in practical terms. Museums and elite collectors value history over liquidity. If you ever see one offered, expect astronomical price and heavy provenance checks. This is a conversation piece that doubles as an engineering footnote. 2. Lavash Hairpin Revolver. The Lavash Hairpin Revolver is flamboyant, experimental, and unapologetically dramatic. It's important because it crams 20 barrels into a single pocket-sized package, an audacious attempt to get more shots without complex internals. The alternating top and bottom barrel array is the design signature. That arrangement lets the shooter alternate fire and keep a compact silhouette. The folding trigger is tiny, clever, and dangerously efficient at saving space. But clever has costs. The folding trigger often developed faults with repeated use. 20 barrels mean 20 loads. That's a time sink. Loading is an endurance task, not a tactical rhythm. When fired, the discharge is a rapid staccato. Each shot is light, each report sharp. Recoil is minimal per barrel, but cumulative balance is odd. Handling feels like managing a novelty tool that's trying very hard to be a serious weapon. What sets it apart is spectacle, a porcupine of barrels that looks like performance art. It wasn't battlefield ready, but it delivered on showmanship. In collector markets, it's a headline piece. Expect steep premiums where provenance is solid. For displays, movies, or gallery cases, it's a star. If you crave something that stops conversation in any room, this is your piece. 3. Little Joe. Little Joe is compact tradecraft and silent design rolled into one. It's important because it bridges the crossbow's stealth with mid-20th century covert ops thinking. Conceived in 1942, it aimed to give operatives a quiet, precise tool for clandestine missions. The core feature is a crossbow-like bolt system packaged in a pistol form. That makes it exceptionally quiet compared to contemporary firearms, near silent on discharge. It's surgical by intent. The design's Achilles heel was the reload process. Complex mechanics limit it to roughly 5 to 7 shots per minute in skilled hands. That makes it slow for combat, but perfect for deliberate, stealthy tasks. Using it feels ritualized. Load, cock, aim, deliver. It demands patience and planning. Range is modest. Rate of fire is deliberate. Accuracy is excellent for short, precise engagements. What makes Little Joe special is context. It's a specialist's tool, not a soldier's armament. Historians value it for what it says about unconventional warfare. Value is niche, but meaningful. Intelligence museums and private collections pay for authentic tradecraft artifacts. For anyone curious about silent warfare, Little Joe is a tactile chapter of espionage history. 4. Two-barrel revolver. The two-barrel revolver is raw and uncompromising. It's important because it's stripped design down to impact. Twice the barrel, twice the presence, minimal fancy mechanics. Think of it as a compact volley gun, a brute force approach to more firepower in the smallest package. The main features are simple: 2 bores, 1 frame, and a shared action. Each barrel must be loaded individually. That's slow. But the trade-off was a brutal muzzle signature: 2 simultaneous or quick sequence shots that hit hard. Handling is dense. Weight gives steadiness but slows transitions. Reloading becomes a deliberate chore, not a reflex. Firing feels like a deliberate punch: solid, loud, memorable. The mystery around its origin adds allure. Sold at private auction for a significant sum, it's the kind of artifact collectors dream about. Rare, enigmatic, and visceral. What makes it special is blunt intent. The design says, "I exist to make an impression." For a shooter, it's a heavy novelty. For a curator, it's a story piece. Expect high collector interest and strong emotional reactions when you present it. 5. Colt Dragoon, wooden version. This wooden Colt Dragoon is craftsmanship turned into myth. It's important because it shows what happens when devotion to craft meets historical reverence. Someone rebuilt an 1848 Colt Dragoon entirely in wood and made it function. A feat of artisan engineering. The main feature is the all-wood construction. Frame, grip, and many working parts recreated with timber and precise joinery. It requires custom, soft lead projectiles because standard ammunition would shred wood barrels. Handling is delicate. You treat it like a relic and a musical instrument. Firing it is oddly intimate. Soft thump, hush of burning powder, and the satisfying flight of lead designed for it. Its performance is a controlled exhibition rather than a modern benchmark. 6. French flintlock. The French flintlock here is elegant, refined, and oddly practical. It's important because it wasn't built for the front lines. It served a niche as a powder testing instrument and a display of fine engineering. The device could measure the strength of a gunpowder batch via a wheel-driven mechanism that converted a firing event into measurable movement. Secondary functions, like a candlestick base, added flourish and domestic utility. The main features are dual-purpose engineering and precision mechanics. It's both instrument and ornament. Using it felt formal. You weren't firing for killing, you were firing to test, calibrate, and learn. The cadence of operation is calm, methodical, and almost ceremonial. What sets it apart is aesthetic and intellectual value. It's a laboratory piece with a gunsmith's soul. Performance matters less than precision. Collectors prize them for clarity on how powder batches behaved before modern standardization. In value, it's a scholarly treasure, sought by historians and curators who love evidence of technological evolution. 7. Borchardt C93. The Borchardt C93 is revolutionary and foundational, a mechanical leap for handguns. It's important because it's widely recognized as the world's first mass-produced semi-automatic pistol. Designed in 1893 by Hugo Borchardt, it borrowed toggle bolt ideas from larger firearms and miniaturized that energy into a handgun. The main features are a near-vertical grip, a long toggle mechanism, and a recoil-operated self-loading action. Those parts made holding and controlling it unusual. The grip geometry was unconventional, and recoil was fierce for the era. Using it demands attention. Your hand sits high on the grip frame, leverage changes, and recoil snaps differently than traditional pistols. The feel is historical. A hands-on lesson in how designers scrambled to tame recoil while adding automation. What sets it apart is lineage. It directly influenced the development of later iconic pistols, most notably the Luger. Original C93 examples are highly prized for their place in the story of semi-automatic design. value is high. Collectors pay handsomely for good condition originals and pieces with complete provenance. It's not a practical defensive pistol by modern standards, but as an artifact, it's a turning point. 9. Apache Revolver. The Apache Revolver is notorious, cinematic, and unmistakably evocative. It's important as a cultural artifact of early 20th century urban violence and flair. Crafted in small workshops and favored by French underworld figures, it's the Swiss Army knife of street weapons. It combined a short-range pistol, a folding knife, and a knuckle duster into one brutal, compact assembly. The main feature is multifunctional aggression, tools folded into a single grip for concealed, versatile violence. Range is extremely limited because it essentially lacks a true barrel. Handling is intimate in close quarters. Firing is a point-blank affair with low accuracy and terrifying proximity. What makes it special isn't technical excellence, it's social storytelling. It became as much a symbol as a weapon, swagger, danger, and an urban myth wrapped in metal. Collectors prize well-documented Apaches because they conjure a period of social history. Value is moderate to high depending on condition and provenance. For displays, films, and museum cases, the Apache is raw narrative material, a prop that tells 1,000 underworld stories. 10.
Short, meet the world's tiniest 5-shot revolver, the NWA-22 Short. This stainless steel single-action mini revolver packs 5.22 short rounds into an unbelievably small frame built for deep concealment. The bird's head grip with laminated rosewood panels helps index the gun despite its tiny footprint, and precision machining plus hand-tuned fitting gives it a feel that belies its size. Because it is single action, the shooter must manually cock the hammer for each shot, which removes the need for a trigger guard and encourages controlled, deliberate firing. Recoil is minimal, but small sights and a tiny grip mean follow-up shots require deliberate technique and practice. At close range, this little revolver can be a credible last resort option, and its craftsmanship makes it attractive to collectors. If you value ultimate concealability and appreciate mechanical simplicity, the NWA-22 Short is an intriguing option that combines novelty, quality, and surprising shootability for its scale. Bond Arms Bullpup. The Bond Arms Bullpup blends compact overall length with a relatively long barrel for its class, improving muzzle velocity and controllability compared to many pocket revolvers. Its engraved rosewood grip scales and broad backstrap provide a secure hold, letting shooters manage recoil and get rapid, accurate follow-ups. The Bullpup's geometry and weight distribution tame impulse, so it handles more like a larger handgun than its tiny dimensions suggest. Bond Arms manufacturing produces reliable lockup and rugged internals, translating to consistent performance whether carrying or shooting recreationally. For deep concealment, the short overall length shines, and the ergonomic support fast, accurate strings when needed. If you're looking for a micro revolver that shoots confidently and remains comfortable to fire, the Bullpup stands out as a refined, practical choice with real defensive utility and excellent build quality for the size. Kimber Micro 9. Kimber shrank the classic 1911 into the Micro 9, marrying refined fit and finish with 9mm performance in a premium micro pistol. Expect tight tolerances, a crisp trigger, and ergonomics familiar to 1911 fans. Beaver tail, comfortable grip angle, and positive controls, all in a package that conceals easily. The Micro 9 delivers real stopping power for its footprint, and offers an elevated shooting experience compared with many budget micro pistols. Potential drawbacks include external controls and sights that can snag during presentation, so holster choice is important for smooth draws. The Micro 9 sits at a higher price point, but that premium buys refinement, attention to detail, and reliable function. For shooters who want a luxury carry pistol that handles like a well-built compact rather than a miniature afterthought, the Kimber Micro 9 brings class, confidence, and accurate performance to everyday carry.